Hello and welcome to Arkham DB, where we're showing off our decks.
That is true, Tao. That's a very awkward opening.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, you were just wondering how to do it yourself, so I was waiting, and then I just decided to imitate you.
all right.
And that's
Well,
a okay, well, whatever. Okay,
yeah,
so what do you have, huh? This is your deck, isn't it?
yeah. This is my deck. I got Tao, Phlip, Dunwich, practice safe hex, which I stole from this location here. The link
Cool.
will probably not be in the description because I will forget about it. But it's like if you search up Diana Stanley, it shows up right there, 15209. You just use that number right there. Bam. So the way this deck works is Diana. If we look at Diana here, Diana says that she gets +1 brains for each card beneath her. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that if you, as a reaction, you can cancel or ignore a card effect, or when that happens, you can put a card underneath Diana, and then she gets big brains.
Okay.
And then you also draw a card and gain a resource, which is great. So yeah, she's real good at canceling stuff because that's how she do. She can put in lots of cancel cards because of Guardian and Mystic stuff. She's got some brains for brainins. She's got Olive McBride for getting more things. Also, in a pinch, I can use Olive McBride to go and ignore some stuff, and then Olive McBride gets sucked under Diana Stanley's butt, and then they become one.
Let's not have that mental imagery.
It's
Also, that
that's how it
seems
works.
like a very expensive card. Well, actually, it's only
It's
two. I thought it was free.
It's $2.
Okay, that's not so bad.
You got Arcane Initiate to find some spells, which is great.
Oh, you're starting with 2 arcane researches? Doesn't that give you mental
Yep,
trauma?
it does start me with
Ooh.
some arcane trauma to the brain. Um,
But your spells are cheaper. Okay.
yeah, I get an extra. What's here? The first spell card I upgrade before the next scenario by 1. So as long as I spend at least 2 XP, then I get to get 2 free XP every scenario. You got ritual
Actually,
candles.
I believe what that does is it changes it so that your first spell card is reduced by 2 XP.
That's what I
So if
said.
you just spend any XP, you said you have to spend 2 XP. No, if
Well,
you
yeah,
spend
because
literally 1 XP, then it'll work.
well, no, if I spend 1 XP, then it gets used because it's the first spell card I upgrade. So let's say, for example, I had Ward of Protection, and if there was a Ward of Protection 1 XP, I don't know if there is, but let's pretend there is.
Oh.
And I bought 2 of them, I would only get 1 discount, and the other one would be wasted.
Yeah. So you want to upgrade things that cost 2 XP or more.
Which is usually pretty easy because there's usually something you want that's really big. Like I want some big Shriv so I can fight good. We got Sixth Sense for Cluin. We got some Clairvoyance for Cluin because Tao's character, we'll see in a second, not very
You
good.
should get 2 clairvoyances and 1 shriveling, but
You
fine.
Shut your face. We'll see how it goes.
all right. And you got a bunch of events. Almost every one of them are canceling.
Yeah, so we got Dark Insight, which is like one of the best cards in the game, and it starts in my hand, which is also cool. That's part of the deck building thing at the bottom. Additional setup. You begin each game with Dark Insight. It is additional card to your opening hand, so I get 6 cards.
That's amazing.
Pretty great. You got Dark Prophecy, which ignores tokens, which means it can make the brains bigger. Got Delay the Inevitable, which can make your brains bigger. Got Delve Too Deep, which can't make your brains bigger. Doesn't synergize with my deck at all. Has this little purple icon, which is ugly. I really don't like this card, but Tao says
that Phlip here grab that card because it's a good card, but you're just like, oh man, look how ugly this card is.
It's so ugly. It doesn't even have any icons on it. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? This is garbage. Okay. And it makes you draw in counter cards. Terrible.
What a terrible card.
We also got this card. It makes you draw in counter cards. It's so good. It's got icons. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't have that evil purple symbol, and you get clues, which I'm, gonna be good at maybe.
Okay.
Deny Existence cancels some stuff that lets me get some juices underneath the Diana, getting her brains flowing. That sounds not great. Like, oh, my brains are
brain flowing.
My brain's flowing. I think that means you're dead. Like you've melted. Prepared for the Worst is probably the weirdest include, but what it's there for, I need to find this thing. This thing is amazing. It lets me basically all the cards underneath me, I can use them again, so I can do more canceling and just cancel everything left and right. So that's why Prepared for the Worst is in there, even though that's my only weapon asset. You got Uncage the Soul, which is not going to be around for long. It makes spells cheaper. It's got 2 brain symbols, which is cool. Ward of Protection, always great. Cancels the thing, goes under Diana. And then also Defiance does some canceling. It goes under Diana. Take the Initiative does not, but it's just
Okay.
really good skill.
That is a good one. I have that too. What's your treachery? What's your terrible secret?
My terrible secret says if there are any cards or if there's no cards beneath Diana, then it gets shuffled back into my deck. Otherwise, for every card underneath Diana, I either have to take a horror or discard that card. And
Ouch.
I cannot be cancelled.
Oh, man.
Did I mention, Tao, that Dark Insight says that when you draw a weakness, I can cancel it?
Wow, that's really good.
So it's like, we'll see in a second, but Tao's weakness is a person, and then I'm just like, no, he's dead, Shink, and then he's like...
That's really good. Here's my deck. I didn't name it, so I probably should. I'll change it next time, but The Adventures of Nathaniel Cho. Yeah, I got like first? No assets.
Yeah, we got
boxing gloves.
Boxing gloves? Look at them boxing gloves.
And then I got...
wait, we should look at Nathaniel Cho first. So...
Oh, yeah. So he's pretty average stats all around, except for his combat, which is really high at 5. 9/6 sanity, and his reaction is whenever I deal damage to an enemy by an event or a fight ability on an event, I deal 1 additional damage. So I just want a ton of events, which you can notice...
Once per phase.
compared to Diana, I have so little assets, but I have an enormous amount of events. I got some boxing gloves.
So one thing about Nathaniel, just to point it out here, is that it's limit once per phase, and so once per phase means that you can, if some of these things you can use during the enemy phase, like 1-2 punch, or not 1-2 punch. What's the one where you can like punch back at them? Do you have that one?
I don't think I do. No, not yet.
I will
get that.
Yeah, you should get that one, because that one allows you to you get punched by not by Nathaniel. If you get punched by Nathaniel, oh man, you're dead. But you get punched by an enemy, then you can also punch back, and you get to deal an additional damage the same turn you used him to get over here or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Cool. But yeah, boxing gloves are probably the only. These are like weapons specific for Nathaniel Cho. No other guardians typically want them, but it just allows me to grab a spirit event if I defeat an enemy.
Yeah, it also gives you +1 fist while fighting, which means that it interacts with all your things, whereas normally assets don't. Like a knife wouldn't give you that when you're doing an event thing, but the boxing gloves give you the fist while you're fighting. Very important.
To help get clues, I got Gret Wagner, helps me grab a clue in exchange for...
It's Greta. Greta Wagner.
Greta. Well, she injures herself whenever I get a clue with her, but yeah.
She's killing this weird looking bug thing.
Big old ant thing? I don't know what it is.
With iron and salt, with water and fire. So say us all.
Nathaniel's unique ally, Randall Cho, he just gets me a weapon, or he heals damage, depending on when I draw him. I could use him either way.
Oh yeah, he's really good.
Mm-hmm. And then handcuffs, because I have an incredibly annoying weakness.
Because Nathaniel Cho is kinky.
This just lets me permanently take out a humanoid enemy. Well, not take out. I mean, we could beat the shit out of an evaded enemy with this, but typically we're just not going to bother with him. Let's take a look at my weakness real quickly. Tommy Malloy. It's the reason why I grabbed handcuffs.
Tommy Malloy.
He's pretty weak, dude, but his biggest problem is that he cannot take more than 1 damage per any sort of damage ability. So I have to waste 3 actions in order to take this person out, and he also kind of hurts.
Oh, you know what? I can kind of get around that with when I upgrade Wither, because it lowers his health. It doesn't do damage.
Oh, yeah, that's an option.
So that's kind of interesting.
But yeah, I grabbed handcuffs. Plus, handcuffs are useful in case you fight any humanoid enemy.
I just want to talk about this is Evil Waldo here.
He's done hiding.
I found you. Also, then, just the framing on this card is really weird. It's this
why
is obvious.
The door
because he kicked open the door, but because of the way it's framed, it looks like this is the door, and he's just kind of walking in through a sideways door.
Look at the text on him. They call him the Big Palooka.
They call him the Big
calls
Palooka. Nathaniel calls him Waldo.
I love it. Evil Waldo. Okay. And
Yeah.
then we don't need to go over all the events. They're basically all fight events.
Punch and
like,
money. Punch and punch. Wait, no, this one's not punch. And
move
money.
and punch.
Move and punch. Punch and money.
Punch for money.
Don't
take
die.
damage. Money.
Punch and money.
Draw cards.
Punch
and money.
Oh wait, no, that's
Win in cards.
Oh yeah. Get
clues for
clues.
people.
Yeah, the one clue, like I put in delve too deep, and Tao put in interrogate. So that's that was the compromise. Monster Slave just
punch harder,
fight gooder.
Double punch,
fight 2 times. Money,
both money for us, yes.
And then punch
good,
with your feet.
Well, no, not feet. I'm like automatically.
But the name you punch with your feet because it's toe.
Oh, toe to toe. Oh, come on.
Toe to toe.
Okay. And then just some skill cards, pretty standard ones. Take the initiative and vicious blow.
And do more damage.
Just more damage if I discard it. Cool. All right. Ready to begin?
I believe so. That's the end of this episode. So Tao, what's your words of wisdom for this one?
Compromise is very important. Otherwise, people will yell at you and say, "Why should I include Delve Too Deep into my deck? It looks so ugly."
It's true. It's so ugly. Look at that purple thing. Where is it? Let's look at it again and look how terrible it is. Gross. Look, it's got a little mouth in the back here. I don't like how many eyes.
There's a lot of monsters in all the arts. Why are you looking at that specifically?
There's these torches that are next to books. This is a fire hazard for sure. All right.
Anyways,
well, like this guy, we'll go ahead and say goodbye and never be seen from again.
Goodbye.
Actually, no, we'll be here next Tuesday. There's an episode right now of episode 1 and 0. They come out at the same time, and then episode 2 will come out next Tuesday. If you're watching this
then.
Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.